Hi, and welcome back to Bounce Forward with me, Tiff Hall. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I'm recording this podcast, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to elders past and present. We've been chatting all about healthy habits, but how do some of our favourite people implement these? I can't wait to find out. Today, I'm joined by comedian, broadcaster, podcaster, star of Have You Been Paying Attention and children's book author, and most importantly, my loving husband, Ed Kavalee. Welcome to Bounce Forward, Ed.
I thought you were going to say Sam Pang after that intro.
So, Ed Kavalee.
Yes.
Can you tell me about your health and fitness leading up to this point?
With you before I met you or since I met you?
Before you met me,
Right,
leading
so
up to now.
Here we go. I finished high school in Sydney. I finished high school when I'm 16. I'm working in a video store, so I'm working nights.
Yes.
Right? But I'm also riding my bike to work up and down Old South Head Road. And for those who don't know Old South Head Road, it is very long and very hilly. For those who
Gets
do
the
know,
heart rate up.
It does. So I was a keen cyclist at that point, and I would go around Centennial Park with a friend of mine doing mountain biking at most weekends, right? Because I wasn't bothered by having to have a girlfriend.
No.
I ate pizza at night and drank a lot of soft drink.
And you ate a lot of, what gave you scurvy?
No. So when I was at university, that's what I was getting to. So then I went to Sydney University, right?
Yeah.
And it was the first time I was living out of home. And we were living in share houses across Newtown, Camperdown, and those sort of areas, right? People who know them. If you don't know them, I can't help you. Anyway, so imagine student accommodation.
Yes.
And we lived in a house that was best described as the type of place where instead of doing any repairs, the landlord would just paint the walls a different colour in order to distract us. So in our living room, the four walls were all painted different colours. Because every time something cracked, the landlord would go, "No problem, fix." And then we just painted a different colour and we all go, "That seems fine to me."
Yeah.
Anyway, so in that house, a man who now works as quite a high-powered executive in Hollywood, I was living with his brother. His brother's boyfriend were in the front room. I was in an attic with another guy who was nominated for an Oscar last year. His name was Denzel Washington. And then, but downstairs, this bloke says, "Can my brother move in for a bit?" And we said, "Okay, fine." And so anyway, he got trench mouth.
Because, that's it.
Which is a disease from World War I, because the only thing he could afford
Tomatoes?
was tuna pasta with tomatoes.
Yeah.
And he came home and he goes, "I've got trench mouth." And we all fell about laughing. And because that's how unhealthy we were. And I still drank at this point. You got to remember that.
Yeah, you were a big drinker.
I still am.
You loved tequila.
Let me tell you something for free.
And then you gave up drinking. What year did you give up drinking completely?
The year I was 24.
And you're 40 what now?
I guess. So that was almost 20 years ago.
Yes.
And
because we're both non-drinkers.
I know.
It's so fun.
Oh my God. If you want to invite us somewhere, it's
we
going to be.
We are so fun.
Invite us to dinner. We can go out between 4:30 and
5.
4:45, and we don't drink and we don't eat anything fun. Give us a call.
What was because some people don't know this about you. It's a big thing. Ed is actually a personal trainer. He has his personal training.
Sorry, I was doing certificate. Yes, I was doing certificate 3 with my homeboy Christian Clark and Lauren.
Did you get Cert 4?
No, because I got the television work.
Yeah,
and I was at Fitness First North Sydney, and our friend was the personal training manager, and he was like, "Join up." And my friend Christian, who's the world's greatest personal trainer and Sydney's most handsome dad,
gorgeous.
He was saying. And we were starting out as an acting course together called Screenwise that Todd Lasance went to, Hemsworth went through, a lot of great, Denise Roberts runs it in Sydney. It's a fantastic place to go, right? I couldn't get into the industry, and so I went there.
Yes.
And that's how I got a part of my start, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I was thinking about doing that for money on the side.
PTing on the
side, but the video store was still sort of just before video stores collapsed. And then I got a job working at uni organising. Do you know the irony of it? So I was at uni organising theatre sports and functions, etc., stuff like that, right? At Sydney University. And in my drawer, Tiff, in my office, I had an office, I had these 2 booklets. And I had the power to just sign a little booklet and give away as many free drinks as I wanted. And I still drank at this point.
Right.
And so we were having, it was O Week. Because I did a 3-year arts degree, and it took me 5 years, so I
did
just got in under the wire. Anywho, we were doing this thing that we did.
You majored in history and art.
Art history.
Art history. And if you take it to any museum.
Art history.
If you take it to any museum, he's fantastic. He knows all about the art. He'll give you a lecture on any painting. It's actually quite cute.
Oh, thanks.
My point is,
when do I get to do my song?
You're a personal trainer.
About Jesus.
You are a personal trainer.
Yes.
And you love fitness. You keep very fit. You are so disciplined. You are one of the most disciplined people I know. You get up.
I got the switch, baby.
Yeah, 4:30 in the morning. You go to breakfast radio.
We can't mention that in this format.
Yes,
that's right.
You've got the switch. I want to ask you, how did you get the switch? Because you were loose and then you had the switch.
So when you have the switch, it's not. So people say there's a dial and the switch. This is the way that I'm going. When I release my self-help book, it's going to be called The Dial and the Switch, right? The dial is for people who can do things in increments. So if you imagine a dial, they can say, I can have 1 drink. I can have 2 drinks.
Turn
it back. I can have no drinks. I can do 1 workout. I can do this workout. I can work a little bit. I can do that. And in a lot of ways, those people are more balanced. There's more notches on a dial. If you imagine a safe all the way around from 0 to 99 or to 00, right? The switch is what I have, which is it's either off or it's on, baby.
But you've been on the whole time I've known you for like over 20 years.
That's right. But
so how do you stay on it?
Because you fight it. So you fight the switch. So the things change. So when you look, you know, like a miner's light on a helmet, right? Think of it that way.
The focus.
Yeah. As you look through every day, as I look through every day in the thing, the focus is I only have the focus. I don't have a wide. You know what I'm like? I don't have a wide breadth of things. You're better at that. I just have a focus, so I'm on.
You're very focused on the gym. If you have a rough day, if you have a bad day, how do you not just go off?
Go off doing what?
Like just turn the switch off and just lose your motivation. What keeps you motivated? Seriously.
No. Motivation's separate. I've had an injury and an illness this year, and I've been robbed of it, and I feel like it's such a jib.
And how are you dealing with that?
Fighting back.
What's one habit that you've implemented into your life that has made the biggest impact?
I'll give you a work one and a personal one.
Fantastic.
I think tiredness is temporary. I think that the modern world and the external pressures are designed to keep people tired, to keep people angry, and to keep you unmotivated. I think that is and also attention now is your attention is something that you have control over, and the theft of that attention is basically the profit motive for almost everything that doesn't want to give you anything in return. So for me, garbage in, garbage out is something I say all the time.
All the time.
And I think personally, and even in personal relationships and for anything that you consume, even emotions, even people that you're around, what you consume is what you put back out. And that doesn't say that I get it right all the time, but I think on balance, I think that I try to almost every day is to have a lesser amount of garbage than I have had in the day before or whatever, to try and not have that go back out. That other way back out. And I think my radar for, hang on, that's bullshit. That's not serving me. That's not serving me. Even if I don't act on it immediately, at least I think I know better these days that is the case. On a professional level, I think I'm at a stage at the moment where I've been doing things long enough now to see what has served me and what isn't serving me, and how unless you address the things that haven't been serving you, there isn't anything else you can do to get closer to the things you think you might be capable of. I think that those are the two things, because we have children now.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to I'm constantly thinking with the kids, I'm either doing the wrong thing or I'm not doing something well enough. That is just a constant thought that I have.
You got to get rid of that. You're a fantastic father.
Well, I'm a present father.
You're there.
I'm there.
You are amazing.
So I'm already ahead of somebody I could mention.
So thinking about my community. If they're
Beautiful
starting
people.
out, they're beautiful, right? And they're listening
And they
to your
mean a lot
rubbish
to you.
right now. And they mean a lot to me. They do.
I
They
know they
really do. And they're starting out on
They're
their
beautiful.
journey and they're nervous and they're anxious
Yep.
and they're overwhelmed.
Yep.
What advice do you give to them?
So knowing the results that you get from it, so the results that you get for people, Tiff, is based on two things. It's based on the fact of all of your experience so that the system works. But it's also based on the fact that they know that they can trust you to actually have their best interests at heart,
Yeah.
which in a lot of ways is more important. So
Okay.
my advice to them would be look for the people in your life, and it doesn't matter how tangential you think these people are, who have your best interests at heart. And use those people, i.e. Tiff, i.e. the community, i.e. people in your own life, IRL, as we say, to help motivate and support you in whatever it is that you want to do. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's really good advice.
It's very, very simple. When I started working out, it was at uni, and my two friends, Pete Budnick and Nick King, who were there's still two guys I know now. We all started going to the gym together, and we just had fun. We would do plays at night, and then we'd go to the gym and hang out in the day, and we'd have fun, right? And that helped me sort of transition from mad drinks, mad other things.
And they taught you gym?
No, they just were there.
No, but
we
like
taught each other.
Who taught you how to
No,
gym?
I went and did the course. That's
So
how I got into
that-
Cert 3.
so that's 100%.
Christian, my friend Christian,
But Christian helped
who
you,
was a
the
PT.
actor,
Yes,
yeah.
I met him at
He
Streamwise.
taught you what you know.
Yes, and he said, "Are you working out?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You're probably not doing the right things for your body type."
Yeah,
and so we
right.
would start working out together, and
Yeah.
then I did that course.
He really did change your whole body.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like if anyone saw photos of you back then, you were just tall and lean and really lanky, and now you're buff.
Yeah, and that was Christian.
That's incredible. So what's your favourite exercise?
Um,
So something that gives you good bang for your buck that you could recommend to other people.
who is this person? Are they a woman? Are they a
Someone-
man? Are they?
Someone listening. Yeah.
I think it's different for different people, isn't it? If you're
One
if you're
for
me,
men.
if you're tall,
Yeah, if you're
you're
tall,
tall
yeah.
and you've got long limbs,
Yep.
give up on enormous
Ectomorph.
biceps. They are too long to have the.
Good advice.
That's the first thing to remember. And
Yes.
also young kids, like 16-year-olds, boys. Okay, this is actually, you know what I'll do? Because I did this for a makeup artist at Have You Been Paying Attention the other day, who was asking me about her son who was starting to lift weights.
Yes.
Anyone who has a son, and I'm only talking sons, I can't speak to daughters,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Who has a son who says they want to start getting buff because they're worried about how they look on Instagram. One, try and move them into functional things that their body works, i.e. playing sport, rather than worrying about how they look as much as you possibly can. I understand it's difficult. However, if they persist, Arnold Schwarzenegger says the worst thing he ever did was heavy bench press. Do not let them do heavy bench press. The worst thing you can do for your growth plates is heavy squats overhead.
Back squats.
Back squats. I had a
Yep.
friend of mine playing soccer when we were in high school. He went crazy on the squats. He stuffed one of his hamstrings, and the doctor said you may have crushed some growth plates at the same time, or affected them was the word
Yeah,
he used.
right.
And the other thing I'd say is don't lift too heavy over your head. If you lift too heavy over your head, particularly as your joints grow and they're very, very malleable, you will hurt your shoulder joints and you'll have neck problems as you get older.
It's really good advice, Ed. Goals for the future with your health and fitness. Where do you see yourself? Like, what would you like to nail this year? After your injury, obviously.
I feel as though I'm coming back from my injury very well.
You are. You got a new pillow. The pillow's working a dream.
Saddest things.
And
that's ever been
the
said
neck
in
pillow
this
that
time
you
slot.
put around your neck and you pump it up and you like walk
This
around
is
like
one
that.
of the saddest things that's ever been recorded.
It's working for you though. You're getting results.
Yeah. I am now this year. I'm changing my diet a lot.
Okay.
I think I
Are
might
you?
be getting off the meat
Whoa.
in a big way.
Okay. This is news to me and this is big. What are you
Less
going
meat.
to eat?
Less meat.
More veg
Yeah.
and you, but hang on. What sort of protein are you going to?
I'm investigating plant-based protein.
Yeah, because you eat a lot, Ed, and
That's not
you're really going.
estrogen-based.
Yes, plant-based is amazing.
I don't want to get into that.
And
There
I
are
think-
whole podcasts about that.
Yeah, I know, and I think
just
that
trying to
both
get
of us
lit.
should have maybe meat-free Mondays.
Okay.
Would you say that we're always on the same page
No.
with health and fitness?
No.
You don't think so?
Nah, bruh. I'm much more disciplined than you are.
You are. You are.
But that's...
I will have treats. I will relax. I will have days off training.
Yes.
I will recover.
Yes. Discipline's the wrong word. I'm much more regimented than you are.
Robotic.
Robotic is a nice word.
Yeah,
That's
robotic.
the nicest thing you've ever called me.
You're a little robot.
I'm a little robot.
Yeah.
That is the nicest way. That's the nicest thing you could have ever said to me.
You're very robotic.
Thank you so
and
much.
like I'll wake up and not feel like it and then just give myself a pass.
A month.
No, not a month.
Oh, sorry.
I'm pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
What would you like to tell people about me that they may not know then?
If you happen to live with Tiff at some point in your life, don't try and hide any bliss balls or chocky because she will find it.
Oh, you know why I find it?
And she will eat it.
I don't eat it. But you have it all around the house in drawers.
She will find it.
In cupboards.
She will eat it.
On shelves.
And
I'm so freaked that we're going to get ants.
You'll be thinking to yourself, oh my God, that Milky Bar Kit Kat, I'm eating one strip, one a month. This is going to be the best day. It's the 14th. I'm going to have it today.
And Arnold and I have eaten it.
And you've eaten it.
I enjoy my life.
I don't know, man.
I enjoy my life. Well, Ed.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Thank you, Ed Kavalee, for joining me on Bounce Forward.
When is my song?
Okay, you can sing quickly.
Which one shall I do? I got to do something that the crowd's going to like. Reminding me to forget. Doesn't matter where you are. You can something. Reminding me to forget.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, catch me on Spotify.
Masked Singer.
Hang on.
Next,
let's reveal this. What about when you were secretly having lessons to go on the Masked Singer and you were so bad that the teacher said, no thanks. I can't keep working with this woman.
Yeah.
Give us a couple of bars.
No way.
2, 3, 4.
No.
2, 3, 4. No. Come on. 2, 3, 4.
I was asked to have some lessons and see where it would go.
Yeah.
And I had 2 lessons.
Yeah.
And I agreed with the instructor that Ed,
hey.
I've been in 2 choirs in my life.
I get it.
The children's chorus and the festival singers.
And
out of the 2 of us, am a recording artist because I did make that CD at school in our choral competition.
I get it.
That plays on the school when you're on hold. If you ring Lowther Hall, Anglican Grammar School, go on hold and you'll hear my angelic voice.
Yep.
No, I'm a fantastic singer.
2, 3, 4.
No, I'm not singing any Amy Winehouse or anything like that.
2 bars.
No, I'm not singing. I don't like singing.
Boring.
Thank you, Ed Kavalee.
Hey, everyone, make sure you like and subscribe.
Where can I find? What's your Instagram, Ed?
I don't have one.
You do.
At
Ed Kavalee. You don't know your handle, do you?
I do not.
Ed does not know his handle. It is at Ed Kavalee. And you can watch him on Monday nights, 8:30 on Have You Been Paying Attention? So there you have it. First time interviewing my husband. He's interviewed me many times for different networks, different radio shows, but that was my first time having a crack at asking him some questions. I did love how he said garbage in, garbage out, and that's something that Ed does live by. He really looks after his mental hygiene and what he thinks about, and I guess what you think you become. So it's a really great lesson. I loved interviewing Ed. If this is your first time listening to Bounce Forward, I'll be back on Monday with lots of healthy tips and tricks and how-tos. This is a bonus episode. It's happening every month where I speak to some of our favourite people about how they do healthy. And if you enjoyed the podcast, then please go rate and review us or contact me on my Instagram at tiffhall_xo. Happy days.